Hmm. Hmm. Greetings, my friends. My name is Rio Love, and I'm here to share with you a introduction to a meditation practice that I have been using for quite some time now. I have thoroughly and deeply enjoyed this practice on many levels. It has provided me some incredible grounding with Mama Gaia, Mama Earth, and allowed me to stay very calm and grounded and in my body during these times of global disruption. And I recently shared a post on social media with a friend of mine who was very interested in what I do and asked that I share it with her. And I took her on a live session. We did a one-on-one session, and I did guided perineum breathwork meditation with her, and I led her through this practice that I do. And there's a few things that she said during and after the session, and what she said after was truly a profound statement that basically has led me into not keeping this a private practice for myself anymore, but now putting it out to the public and sharing it with my brothers and sisters and non-gender, non-binary friends and human family across the world, because I believe that, and I feel that this work, this meditation practice is very, very important for many people. And I know it's been incredible for me during this last couple of months that our world has been shaken up and turned around and flips upside down and in their heads a lot because they're trying to figure out what to do because everything's changing, which is completely understandable. Mama Gaia has been speaking to us for a long time, and she's asking us to change, and it's about time we do. But during these times, we can feel like we're up here or just in our heads the whole time and not staying grounded. So I have decided, after the session I did with my dear friend and the results that she had and what we were able to accomplish for her. In fact, we did another session today that was even more profound than the one we did a couple of days ago. And I want to share what she said, because she said that in the last 40 years of her life, this session that she did was the best day of her life after she completed her session. And I'm not making that up. It's on her Facebook wall. And she told me some incredible things since then. She told me I was saving the world one mama at a time, which made me feel really, really wonderful, because this is a practice that I take very, very seriously and very sacredly. And it's something I do every day, not just once, but multiple times a day. Sometimes I do long sessions, sometimes I do shorter sessions, just depending on how I'm feeling. And being that a lot of us are not feeling very grounded right now, I feel like it's very important for me to share this practice and offer it to the public. And being a freedom life coach, guide, counselor, whatever you want to call me, I offer many different services to different people to help them with their emotions and their feelings and their traumas and their stuck energies and stories and patterns, and just really keeping people grounded. And this is now going to be a service offering that I provide that I'm going to be doing one-on-one sessions with people. I'm also going to be doing recorded videos like this that will be available in probably my Patreon platform that you can subscribe to. I'll share the details of that later. But I'll have recorded videos that I'll be sharing, so you can do this practice privately if you don't have time to do it one-on-one with me. The one-on-one sessions are much deeper than what I'm going to show you today. They can go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours to 3 hours long, just depending on how deep we want to go and how much stuff we need to clear out. So what I want to offer today is just a little introduction to what I will be offering and what I do, what I call Perineum Breathwork Meditation. And if you're not familiar with perineum is the root chakra, the base root chakra. And that area for the masculine is located just below the scrotum, below the testicular sac. Excuse my voice here. Right below the scrotum, the testicular sac, right as the that vein and muscle start to curve up and in right before the anus. That's where that perineum muscle is located for the men. There are some practitioners who call it ball breathing. It's kind of the same thing, but not really what I do. Similar, but I also do meditation practice and energy clearing with this. For the females, you're more than likely familiar with this area. It's your Kegel muscles. So if you've ever tightened the interior wall of your vaginal cavity, inside your yoni, that is those muscles that you're activating. And basically for the men and the women, what you are doing is squeezing those internal muscles like you would be holding in if you had to go pee and you weren't able to, and you had to squeeze those muscles. Those are the muscles we're talking about. And when you activate those muscles with breath work, there's some pretty profound things that happen. Contraction of those muscles with the breath work is that you are creating a fire energy, a creation energy. You're bringing up energy and breath into and through that perineum muscle and through the root base chakra, the Muladhara, and you're bringing that up into your second chakra, your creation force, life force energy chakra, and up into your abdomen, into your solar plexus, and then up into your heart, up into your throat, into your third eye, and ultimately into your crown chakra. So there's a whole series of breaths that we do during this. And how this works is we basically take a deep breath in and we contract, hold that for approximately 9 seconds. That seems to be a very profound time for me and the ones that I have worked with. 9 seconds seems to be a very, very good time to hold that breath along with those muscles. And then we release the breath and we release the muscles. And basically what you are doing is you are activating and bringing in energy through your root chakra and activating your life force energy, because that emanates and starts down at the base of your body, down in that perineum in your root chakra, the Muladhara. And then it comes up into the second and third chakra, where is basically your power center. That's where your life force is operating from. Your digestive system, your solar plexus, your first, second, and third chakra is considered your power center, your life force center. That's where we gain a sense of security and stability because that's where our energy is emanating from. Then it comes up into our heart chakra and provides the heart with that energy to keep beating that life force within you. So what happens, there's a couple other things that happen along with this, is that second and third chakra those are also your areas of primal, raw, life force, sexual energy. It's where we feel things when we are making love, when we are masturbating, when we are activating that desire and that sexual energy, that raw primal energy. And this is an ancient practice that's been going on for hundreds of years. I've had some amazing teachers that have taught me, and I have learned from multiple different people in ways to do this. And I involves not just the breath work or the squeezing and contraction of those muscles, but also doing a meditation along with that. And in the sessions that I do with people one-on-one, I also guide them through a meditation, almost like a meditative hypnotherapy session along with this. And we go through and we clear out blockages of energy, and we open up those channels, and we clear unwanted energy. In fact, the individual that I worked with this morning, we were working on her throat chakra. She had a trauma-related issue with the patriarchy, and she has this fear of speaking on levels that I was deeply and incredibly honored to witness and partake of. And I was incredibly honored to hold space for her during this healing. I'm going to take a drink of water real quick. So there are some pretty amazing things that can happen with this practice. There are some things that will happen emotionally as well. I want to cover that topic, because when we start stirring up that fire and that life force creation energy, and we start working with our sexual energy and our raw primal energy within us and that desire, there's going to be some emotions. There's going to be some things that you're going to feel that might show up immediately. They might show up later in the day, throughout the day. They might show up in your dreams or the next day. So be prepared when we do this deeper practice for some emotions, some feelings, but also there's going to be a lot of energy clearing. So you're going to feel pretty amazing too. I love taking pictures of people after they've done their session, because they're just glowing and radiating, like this life force is emanating throughout them, through their skin, through their aura, through their eyes. And it is a truly exquisitely beautiful thing to witness. I love this deeply. I take it very seriously. I hold it very sacred. It is a very safe container. There is no sexuality involved in this. When I do this practice with others, it is simply platonic. And as a teacher and a guide, I respect and honor that. In fact, it's tattooed on my arms: honor and integrity. I practice and I teach and I guide. So we're going to do a little 3-minute teaser introduction of what this breath work is like. So there's a couple of different hand placements that we like to use. First thing we're going to do is put our right hand on our chest. Our right hand, our right side being our dominant side, our masculine side, the giving side. Our left hand is the receiving side. That is our feminine side. So we're going to connect the divine feminine and the divine masculine and bring that energy from the heart chakra up from the perineum Muladhara chakra. And we're going to bring that up, and we're going to combine that like a yin yang in our power center, in our belly, in our abdomen, in our core energy center. And that's the energy that we're going with. There's also a tongue placement that you can use. I personally don't use the tongue placement all the time. Sometimes I do. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But the tongue placement, when we release the breath, can be the tip of your tongue up behind your teeth on the roof of your mouth, where it starts to curve back and flatten out. That's a very nice spot to put your tongue, to rest your tongue flat. So when you release your breath, you're able to make some sound that may be different than what you're used to. It activates a vibration and frequency within you without. I personally don't use that placement all the time because I've been doing this practice for a long time, and when we are taking this breath in, we're not taking a breath just into our lungs. We're not taking these short breaths. We're taking very, very deep, intentional breaths down in through our lungs, down into our belly, down into the perineum. And we're also breathing that breath up in through the perineum, and we're connecting that. So we're stoking the fire from above and below. So when I take a breath, I am breathing in through my perineum and through my lungs, and I am filling up this container full of oxygen as much as I possibly can while I squeeze and contract those muscles. That's how the breath is done. We hold that for 9 seconds, and then we release it. You can make sounds from your throat with your tongue. You can be silent. You can just make a sigh, whatever is comfortable for you. You might even notice that your body wants to make different sounds, or you'll notice that sounds just start to come out of you without even trying. The left hand, the placement of the left hand is going to go down on the perineum. And for the men, like I said, it's right at the base of your scrotum, where that muscle basically ends right before you get to the anus. And for the women, it's between the vulva, between the yoni and the anus as well. And I'm sure that most of you females are very familiar with that spot in their Kegel muscles. When you put your hand down there, I recommend when you put that middle finger on that perineum muscle, you can feel it. And you might feel some sensations. It might feel very sensitive. You might feel some pleasure from that. Don't be shy about it. It's your body. Do not feel any shame around touching yourself there. I touch myself there all the time when I do this breath work. And you can do it with clothing on or without. I prefer not to have any underwear on when I do this practice. I usually put on a sarong and keep myself covered if I want to. Sometimes I do this practice naked, whatever is feeling right for me in the moment. But my left hand, my middle finger on my perineum, my right hand is going to go on my heart chakra. What we're going to do is we're going to just focus on the breath for a minute. You can do this practice laying down or sitting up, whatever's comfortable for you. Excuse my throat today. I ate some sugar earlier and it's got my throat kind of activated. So pardon me. So we're just going to expand the lungs a little bit, taking in some deep breaths, stretching the shoulders back, expanding the rib cage, making some room in our chest, stretching out those muscles in between the ribs. We're going to take a couple of those breaths, and then we're going to do 3 Om breaths. So take a moment to loosen up the chest area, stretch the shoulders, get some air into your lungs. And make sure my throat is nice and clear for the Om breaths, and so you can hear me clearly. When we breathe in, we're breathing in through our nostrils, and we're exhaling through our mouth. Again, feel free to make noise if you wish, or if you desire, or if it just comes out. Clear your throat if you need to. And now we're going to do 3 Om breaths. Last one. Oh. Just relaxing into your body, allowing yourself to feel that expansion in your rib cage. Feel the body start to loosen up a little bit. Feel free to move your chest around a little bit. Maybe do a little bit of a rotation in your chest. Maybe rock the pelvic floor back and forth a little bit. Push the belly out. Stretch back. Loosen up the spinal cord. Maybe do a little rotation in your abdomen. Just kind of get everything nice and loose and ready for the breath work. Now we're going to begin some people call it pranic breathing, some call it kundalini breathing. I call it perineum breathwork meditation. So we're going to close our eyes, whatever position you're comfortable with, laying down or sitting up. We're going to close our eyes. We're going to place the left finger on the perineum, the right hand on the heart. And we're going to take a nice, deep inhalation. And when we pull in that air, we're going to contract those Kegel muscles, the perineum muscles. We're going to tighten that up as tightly as we can, squeezing and holding while we hold the breath. Okay. Deep breath in, breathing up through perineum into the lungs, filling to capacity. Squeezing those Kegel muscles, holding, contracting, holding the breath. And releasing the perineum muscles and the breath. We're going to do this again. We're going to do this for 3 minutes. Deep breath in, squeezing and contracting. Holding the breath, squeezing and contracting and holding those muscles. And releasing. Deep breath in, squeezing and contracting, holding the breath. Squeeze, 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 hold. And releasing those muscles and releasing the breath. And again. Squeezing, holding the breath and the muscles. And releasing. You might start to feel your body having some sensations. Just allow it, surrender to it, and allow it to take place. Don't judge it. Don't get in your head. Another deep breath in. Squeezing and contracting. And releasing and sighing, making any noise you feel you need to. And again. And releasing the breath, releasing the muscles, noticing any sensations in your body. Could feel something in your spine, in the back of your neck, behind your ears, along your back, behind your shoulder blades, down in your perineum, in your genitals. You might feel all sorts of things at this point. We're going to do it again. A deep breath in. Squeezing and contracting, holding the breath. Keeping the eyes closed. No judgment, no shame, and releasing. You might start getting a little hot. You might start sweating a little bit. I know I am. That's perfectly normal. You're stoking the fire. And again, deep breath in. Squeezing and contracting, holding the breath. And releasing the breath and the muscles. We're going to do a few more of these, and then we're going to complete this session. Taking a deep breath in. Squeezing and contracting, holding the breath, keeping the eyes closed, no judgment, no shame. Just feeling and being and releasing, surrendering and accepting yourself and any sensations you might be having. Deep breath in. Squeezing, contracting, holding the breath, squeezing those muscles even tighter this time. Eyes closed, no judgment, no shame. Just be, surrender. And surrender and release the breath. We're going to do one more. We're going to take a very, very, very deep breath this time, breathing up through the perineum into your lungs, filling them to capacity, squeezing, contracting as tightly as you can. Deep breath in. Releasing, surrendering the breath, surrendering the body, no shame, no judgment, just being with your body and allowing yourself to feel whatever it is you may be feeling at this moment. Keeping your right hand on your chest, left hand still on the perineum. We're going to rotate our left finger in a clockwise position, cycle of the sun, clockwise. We're going to lightly and gently massage that perineum on the exterior, giving thanks for those muscles and what they do for us. We're going to just massage that gently and lightly for a moment. It's the cycle of the sun, clockwise, giving thanks for the fire that gives us life force energy, that gives us solar rays that provide us with photosynthesis for our plants, for our body. Now we're going to take that left finger and go in a counterclockwise position. The cycle of the moon, the divine feminine, Sister Luna, Ulan. We're going to gently massage those perineum muscles in a counterclockwise position, giving thanks for the divine feminine, for her energy, for Mama Gaia. We are an extension, literally a physical manifestation and extension of Mama Gaia. And she is working her magic through us every single day and every moment. We are literally an extension of her physically. Giving thanks for her, giving thanks for that feminine energy, that giving energy. Being okay with any sensations that you may be having right now in your mind, in your back of your head, behind your ears, your shoulder blades, your spine, your neck, your belly. Your first, second, and third chakra might feel very on fire right now. You might feel very warm. You might feel sweaty. You might feel aroused. You might feel some desire, some sexual energy, because that is the life force energy, creation energy. We just worked with creation and destruction energy, the fire and the water. We just put those two together in a yin yang, that union of divine masculine and feminine. And we stoked that fire, that creation fire that we have within us, that desire. So it's perfectly okay to notice any sensations you may be having, keeping your eyes closed, removing your hand from your perineum, from your heart, putting your hands out to your side, palms up, and just go into a normal breath, just being with yourself for a moment in silence, accepting, receiving, giving thanks for the sky above, for the sun, the fire energy, for Mama Gaia below us, the life force, the water, the food that we have that supplies our body with nutrition to keep life going. I love to make sounds after I finish my breath work because I have activated a lot of energy, and to use my voice to resonate what I may be feeling inside. I love to make sounds after my breathwork session. Maybe humming through your nose as you release your breath. Let's just sit in silence for a moment. And bringing our hands together in a prayer position, in a namaste position, you are now welcome to open your eyes. I want to say thank you for allowing me to hold this space for you, for allowing me to present this pranic perineum breathwork with you. I'm honored to be sharing this practice and allowing you to partake in a little example, an initiation, introduction to what I do. The sessions that I do with people one-on-one are much deeper. Like I said earlier, these sessions can be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. The one I did this morning was 2 hours long, with an hour-long phone call afterwards, just to work through the energies that we brought up and created. So when I do the one-on-one sessions, I take you also through a guided meditation with the breath and the body, and we work through any emotions and feelings and things that may be coming up, any energy centers that you may need to work on or focus on, whether it be your digestive system or your heart chakra, your throat chakra. If something's stuck, if there are energies stuck, let's work together to clear out those energies. This is a very, very powerful practice, very ancient, sacred practice, which I hold very dearly to my heart. And I am honored to be able to share this with you. I want to thank you for being with me here today and partaking in this introduction. I will be posting this video on my Facebook page, on my website, and probably in a couple of other different platforms. This will be on YouTube. The link is going to be on YouTube, so you can watch it there. And I will post my information along with that. I will post my social media sites, my phone number, my email, my website address. I'll provide you with all the information that you need to contact me so we can schedule a session if you feel ready to do this work, if you feel ready to do this meditation. If you don't want to do the work, the guided meditation practice, that's totally fine too. We can just do breath work and focus on some other things. Completely up to you how you want it to look. I'm open to structuring and flowing this for each individual. I have my own practice that I do for myself in my meditation, and the one I did with my client this morning was very different than the ones that I do for myself because we worked on different energies. So what I do is I do a little consultation call with you before so we can kind of figure out what it is that we want to work with, what energies you're feeling. If you're feeling your throat chakra is closed off and you're not able to speak your truth, or you're feeling blocked, like there's a fear that you don't want to speak because there's a fear, or you're feeling stuck in your heart and you're not able to access your heart chakra energy and you feel numb. If you have any digestive issues, there's all sorts of different energy centers in our body that we can work with. So we'll do a consultation call and we'll focus in and get dialed in on what we want to work on and with, and then we can work with this practice to clear out those energies. I find this to be a very profound practice for myself and others, and I am honored to be able to now share it with the world, with you, if you're ready. Thank you again for joining me here. I, again, am honored to hold space, this safe container for you to be held, to be guided, to be, I'm here. You're not alone. I am your brother and your sister, and I'm here for you. Mahalo, namaste, in Lakesh, Alakin.